getting started like in 1 minute. I'm gonna change my lighting up a little bit. Change my lighting up a little bit. Give me like 1 minute. All right, I'm ready now. Year in review. Turn this shit down. What's up, y'all? We are doing a year in review. I want to thank everybody for joining in. We're gonna top up. We're gonna talk about some different topics and things that have been going on over the last year. That do a review of some of the stuff that I read. Also, today actually changed up a little bit when we actually going to have guests. I got some surprise guests coming on. Well, Larry ain't going to be no surprise because y'all all know that hoe ass nigga. Larry going to come on. We going to talk about some stuff that went on this past year, just reviewing different phenomenon that's going on the year. Like, how the fuck is Joe Biden still walking? That's phenomenal right there, you know. We're going to talk about Sonny. This is the whole year of exposure. The whole cast of The View, how they got exposed. How my prediction for Diddy came true. At the time I said it's going to come true. I told you niggas this was the year of exposure. Didn't I? And you can see it on this very YouTube channel. You can see me talk about that in the cards. The week before, Cat Williams talked about the year of exposure. And not only did I tell you this is going to be the year of exposure, I said it's going to expose people that we like. I was very specific about what type of exposure year we're going to have. Exposure of people we generally like. You know, people is going to like low-key disappoint us, you know. And you've seen it happen in this year. You know, Jay-Z's on the chopping block right now. They trying to line his ass up. Now we're gonna see what happens to him after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, big business. So from now to the Super Bowl, I don't expect nothing to change in his corner. But after the Super Bowl, it looked like they're lining his ass up. Like I told you in my reading show earlier this year, I said look for Jay-Z to start getting lined up around his birthday. Why? Because he has a 6 of diamonds in his spread this year. So when you got that 6 of diamonds in your spread, that is the year that you pay what you owe. Either you gonna get the refund because you done paid your taxes on society and you gonna get a big refund in a 6 of diamonds year, or you've been fucking people over, doing all kind of weirdo shit, being weird. That 6 of diamonds year is gonna be like, all right, nigga, this is the year the karma and all that shit catch up. Like I tell y'all all the time, the cards are just, these are a weather report. You niggas know this shit is poker and spades and goldfish and war, and that's good. But if you know how to really read these cards for more than a game of blackjack, you know exactly when that time is coming in your monkey ass life. And this been an 8 of hearts year, this is more of a time for societal exposure of people who fucking over. We done had faceless YouTubers that, you know, talk a big game behind their mic, be exposed for being fucking weirdos, putting pictures out there of young ladies. We done seen all kind of weird shit go on this year. Kamala Harris got hella exposed. You know what I mean? Fat Joe looks like as the year ends, Fat Joe is about he getting lined up right now. Fat Joe and all that fake shit. Lined up. You know, we seeing 50 Cent for who he is, always been. A fucking cooning ass nigga that does nothing positive for black society other than saying, look at how much money I have. Now buy my liquor and watch my TV show showing you how to kill yourself in the long run. You know, we seeing the exposure of the people, all these niggas that are not like us, you know, all you Drake style niggas. We seen it. Oh my God. All them dudes that's like, think about it. All the dudes that's vote blue no matter who. Drake is my favorite artist. You niggas are having a horrible year. All you niggas that are led by the nose, y'all year is bad. Yeah. But before I get all the way into it again, I'm sorry, I was rude. Welcome, chat room. Welcome. We got Fancy Blacker here, Arthur Reed, Manosphere Hall of Fame. And I'm also going to have a very special guest from an old show I used to do. And he's gonna come out, and we just gonna talk about, you know, see what he's been. I called him because he has a lot of dope shit going on, and I'm like, man, you got to tell the people in LA what you got going on, because I seen what he has, and it's so dope. But before we get into it, welcome to everybody who was at the Hidden History Museum last night. Welcome to everybody. Hold on 1 second. Man, Larry, your bitch ass called in already? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to bring you on. Larry going to be on in 1 second. Let me show these pictures, and then I'll bring your whole ass on. But let me see here. I'm going to show you all these pictures. I didn't take too many pictures last night, and I'm really bad at self-promoting myself, marketing my comedy. But this is from last night. Edwanda took some pictures. She made a nice roll. Real. Well, let me mute it. Hold on. Let me mute it. Edwanda White. For those of you who were here in LA last night, we had a dope time at the Hidden History Museum. A very dope time. We had we're going to have some pictures coming out real soon. But I had Edwanda White on the show, Big Ja. This nigga Big Ja lost 100 pounds in the last goddamn 4 months. I got on stage, I said, this nigga used to walk side by side, breaking elevators. Now this nigga done left me. But salute to Big Ja. I'll just watch this real quick from Edwanda last night. It was a funny ass show. Big salute to Tariq for hosting the event. That's my man. It's Edwanda's son and Ruben. Henry Coleman. And Henry Coleman's a funny motherfucker, boy. We saw him at the YouTube Theater earlier this year with Corey Holcomb. He was funny. Ramona Stevens. My man Andre Bailey. Kevin Tate. Y'all know Kevin Tate. That's my guy. Day one in comedy. We had such a good time. G King. I don't know who that nigga is, but he seemed like a good fella. That's a good fella right there. Yeah, we had a good time last night. Henry Coleman ripped it. Like, y'all gotta, like, if you haven't seen the comedy shows that I put on stage, it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You come to my comedy shows. You dig? It's a whole different thing. I got YouTube Dewan, and I got stand-up comedy Dewan. I got teaching Dewan. I'm a Gemini motherfucker. I like, and I have fun doing all of it, man. I love getting on stage, man. That should be fun. Like, I hate the politics of comedy. I don't like dealing with these bookers and promoters and shit. But, you know, when I get to, like, Tariq has allowed me to help book the show and do it the way I like to do it. So in this kind of situation, it's fun because I just get to go on stage and be around the people that I love to be around. Speaking about being around people that you gotta be around, I want to welcome, I told this nigga to do the side profile, nigga.
Oh shit! Hold up.
Hey, leave and come back in. Because if you just turn it, it's gonna fuck up. Goddamn idiot. Yeah. So you see, we got Larry here. We're gonna have Larry Goodwell talk about what's been going on in the year. Oh, you say you were there last night? Yeah, I remember you. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. You said, Mike, see, you said it was nice last night? Yeah. It's fun. Hell no, them cars don't lie. Cars do not lie. Somebody said, I'm a confused Gemini. Hell yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused over who's your daddy. Your mama told me it was this one nigga named Lawrence, but you really look like this other nigga named Benny. So I'm very confused. You, Jax, which one is your daddy? I mean, your mama real cool, you know? She told me your daddy is Lawrence, but your daddy look like Benny. Which one is it? I'm confused like a motherfucker. Larry, you back? Man, goddamn, Larry, what the fuck taking so goddamn long? Shit. I forgot Larry old. This nigga Larry the kind of nigga that Larry at the age when he put his phone out, he do this. Y'all know how like your parents do the phone? They do this, and then they look real close, and they be like, okay, yeah. What's your passcode, son? What's your passcode? 61183. Okay, yeah. Goddamn, nigga, I got somebody else coming on after you. Don't hog the goddamn show, Larry. Where the fuck you at? No, you do not know who your father is. You think you know who your father is, you Jax. Your father's Benny, not Lawrence. Understand that. You look way more like another nigga you call Uncle Benny. Nah, yeah. There was some cousin fucking going on, and they didn't want the rest of the family to know that you Uncle Benny's kid. So your mama said, nah, my husband Lawrence. All right, nigga. All right. Nah, but y'all saw Larry was just eating. Larry, you fucking up the flow, nigga. Where you at? I'm about to move on from this nigga. God damn. Shit was 5 minutes ago. See, that's what happened when Larry probably got to go get his reading glasses. That nigga got the big bubble writing and shit. God damn. Do you need another? All right, let me see. God damn. You fucking up the flow. Anyway, so that's what we talking about today. We about to talk about the year review. What are some things that y'all want to get on that you want me and Larry to touch on? Where you want us to start based on the thumbnail? I think I'm gonna start with Drake. I think I'm gonna start with Drake. When we pulled the cards out this year, what did we say? Year of exposure of people we like, right? Who is more beloved or was more beloved at the beginning of the year than Drake? I mean, amongst the masses. I ain't talking about what you like. I never gave a fuck about Drake's music at all. But overall, who is being the most beloved? Drake. Hold on, that nigga Larry. Let me send this nigga another link. I just sent him another link just in case. This nigga. There we go. So anyway, I just said. So yeah, don't forget the like button. So Drake is somebody who's been highly beloved, and you see the way he got exposed. Let's look back. Let's go back and look at how Drake got exposed. Drake got exposed because he forgot who he was. See, Drake has been an industry plant the whole time. He's been someone that the industry allowed to get pushed to the front because there's been an overall suppression of good music. There's been an overall suppression of music. Hold on. It's been overall suppressed. And what do I mean by suppression of music? Let's think about it. How many groups are out there? Boy bands, girl groups. Like how back in the 90s you had SWV, TLC. You had all of these groups. SWV, TLC, all that. You had Boyz II Men, Jodeci, All For One, whatever. You had a choice. It wasn't just, you had your top singers like Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson, and you had your individual singers. You had your R. Kellys. You had them people of the world. God damn, this nigga Larry is slow than a motherfucker. Hold on, let me quit out and come back in a Skype. This nigga took 10 minutes to goddamn respond. I'm over here thinking I would have just kept this nigga in if I knew it was gonna be like this. God damn. Nigga, change it, Larry. Don't change your goddamn camera if it's gonna take this goddamn much. Shit. Now I gotta send a new meeting link to everybody else that's gonna be on the goddamn show. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Copy link. Now everything else gets pushed back. My bad, y'all. If I knew that goddamn changing the camera angle was gonna do all this, I would have said, fuck it. Shit. Thank God I know how to improv. Anyway, so when you see somebody like Drake, where was I at on the Drake thing? I was talking about how hey, anybody that gives credit to Cat and not me, chat room, put your foot in their ass. You don't know what channel this is if you're trying to get in and salute the Cat, but no. I called it long before Cat did. All right. So any genius that come here, oh, Cat said, nigga, just go to my show back in November. I said this shit. So God damn, this nigga finally here. God damn, Uncle Sammy, you figured it out?
Hey, man, I don't know what the hell just happened.
God damn, it wasn't saying I'm over here just thinking like, okay, when they coming? Hey, I'm sorry, y'all, when you're dealing with senior citizens that are from war-torn countries like this Syrian rebel-looking ass nigga, this is what you gotta deal with. I don't understand. Siri, I ain't talking to you, bitch. No, I called you a Syrian. I called you a Syrian rebel. This bitch, Syrian. Then here comes Siri. Oh, look.
That's what you
fuck did. This iPhone update. This shit, Siri's not supposed to this bitch only supposed to work when I touch the side button. I don't have it to where you gotta touch the side button for this bitch to talk. She be intruding conversation like a hood rat hoe. Just what are you doing? Anyway, before your dumbass held the show up for 10 minutes, Larry, we was talking about this year in review, and I was going into Drake and how I'm gonna finish my point before y'all bring your stupid ass in. making a point about Drake and how this year of exposure, Drake is somebody that overall that people like, people love, and how he got exposed was he forgot that he was an industry plant. He forgot that he was somebody that was given and promoted to his position. He thought he was the real deal. He thought he was that guy. And in 4 quick songs, image over. Now he still has his soy boys who are always going to follow him. But outside of those fringe weirdos, people are really seeing him for what it is. That was to me, that was like one of the biggest exposures of the year. You can talk about that. Tell me what you think about that, then tell me what you think your biggest exposure of the year was.
Well, my biggest exposure was exposing the fact that you a bitch, nigga. You cannot fight, and you've been running for me for the past 11 months.
Well,
So
why don't, nigga, how about this? Why don't you expose your ass close to the mic so niggas can hear you?
Why don't you? Can you hear me now, bitch?
Yeah.
Okay, well, look. Fuck you, first of all. I exposed you, nigga, for being weak. Everybody knows that. Anybody who didn't know before, they definitely don't. They know now.
Man, yeah. They didn't know before. They don't know now because you were clowning. My name is DeJuan Brown.
God damn.
Dig it. Jive sucker. Willie Green told you, brother.
Did you do the point? You gotta do the point.
Now, what the fuck was you saying?
Yeah. It's over for Aubrey, dog. That's it. You said next year was the year of completion?
Oh, yeah. Next year is a year of finality. Yeah. Graduations or forgiveness. But most of the niggas about to get their head cut off next year. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. He's won. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for old Aubrey, dog. And it's funny, like, because did you see they had a look-alike contest the other day in Canada? Did you see that?
Yeah. And some girl won?
I didn't even know who won. I just saw a bunch of...
A girl won.
That is appropriate.
A girl ended up being the Aubrey lookalike.
Did she kind of look like Kamala too?
Something like that.
Man. Such a disgrace to biracial, because biracial Negroes, there are a few of them who've done a bit of good. Malcolm X, like he wasn't biracial.
Nah, he wasn't biracial. Don't throw that shit out there.
No, but that's the rumor.
His mama had some other heritage in there, but yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, they black. Okay,
but she's black, nigga. They are biracial bullshit, nigga. She was black. She had other shit in her, like a lot of us had other shit in us. But she black.
Okay, well, Drake, it's definitely a disgrace to
hell no, I ain't gonna put no goddamn Drake, Aubrey Canadian in no goddamn sense with Malcolm X. Hell no, what the hell your problem? I ought to grab your beard and put that shit in the stuffing machine.
No, hell no, come on, dog, no, absolutely.
The fuck point you making, homeboy?
I'm making a point that, dog, Drake sucks, dog, and next year's going to be the year of completion for him, and it's going to be a wrap. And then shortly after that, dog, when we put his little tombstone up, I'm gonna put yours up. I want to check. 2025 is going to be the year of me and you finally getting in the ring,
nigga.
Do you want to?
You look like the snowman. You remember the dude on Yogi's First Christmas, and he had the tennis racket shoes on with his beard? You look like that nigga on Yogi's First Christmas with the tennis racket shoes. But what else has been getting exposed?
Are you on camera?
Dumbass, I'm on camera. You see me? You looking, nigga?
No, I just see your profile picture.
Oh, that means you're a fucking idiot. So, anyway, so on to what other things going on. Anything else you want to talk about in 2024?
You started with Cat. Did you talk about Cat? How the year quote unquote?
I'm asking your stupid ass what you want to get to, nigga.
I want to give you credit, dog. I hate doing this, but you said it. You actually said it before everybody else said it, dog. You said that this year was going to be the way you said it was going to be like this. You even named names, so I want to give. I hate giving you credit, Dewan. Fuck, I hate giving you credit, but you actually did it, dog. I want to
Yeah.
give you did it. You actually said it, and if everybody who watches Dewan, they know that he said it last year that this year was going to be what it's been. So y'all keep following this piece of shit because this motherfucker's got some kind of insight to what's going on. I don't know what it is, dog. I don't know if
So
it's
you mean what it is? It's these cars, motherfucker. I'm just reading the weather report. The
no,
same
but
way you motherfuckers know in January it's gonna be cold, in June it's gonna be warm. It's because the calendar say that's the summertime, nigga, versus the winter. That's all the fuck the cars is. It
yeah, I
lets you
know,
know when winter is coming in your motherfucking life, Jay-Z.
it's coming for a few more people too, dog. It's coming for a
Yeah.
lot of people. A lot of people next year. 2025 completion, like you said, it's gonna be a lot of shit done next year. A lot of shit. Trying to think of what else, dog.
Well, nigga, you keep thinking, motherfucker. What? What about then? What about this whole situation with in comedy world like DL Hewley and people like him getting exposed? He's really been out there for long. I've been realizing he's been, he kind of came out the bag this year with the whole election, especially being the same guy that was so hard against Kamala, and then he started coming out talking about how this nigga's been having egg on his face all goddamn year. What you think about people like in the comedy world that's been on that heavy on that Democrat shit and they've been quiet lately? What do you think about that?
Well, they're gonna be quiet. They're gonna be quiet for the next 4 years. Well, no, they're gonna be kind of quiet. Every little thing that happens, every little quote unquote misstep, they're gonna be all on it. They're gonna be still, being shields for the left for the next 4 years, probably for the rest of their career, dog. I mean, that's what it is now. That's what they are. They come out the bag for the left and stir up all kind of shit online, go on tour, and but when they done with them, they'll be done. And like you said, next year's the year of completion. Some of them, they shit might be complete too. Like, because that shit is done. Niggas is finally starting to see shit for how it really is. Not just the people who've been following people, the likes of you and others, but like it's a lot of newcomers. Like it's a lot of people who thought one way 10 years ago who think totally different now. So all that old vote blue no matter who, the left is, all that old bullshit, that shit kind of done. It's pretty much done. Niggas showed it this last election, it's done. So
yeah, this motherfucker. He said, "Nigga, this L. Sam said DL disappeared."
dog,
he said, "Uncle
yes,
Phil's waiting on him in the closet."
Yeah,
that shit was funny as hell, man. This shit was funny, but that's what it is, man. But I got another guest I'm getting ready to have call in, hoe ass nigga. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Y'all keep supporting Dewan, dog. Y'all keep supporting Dewan. Also, Dewan asked me to do this. I've never wanted to do it on his shit, but I feel him. Thank you, Dewan. I got a podcast, dog. It's called The Old Man in the G. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. The Old Man in the G. All right.
For sure. Old Man in the G. All right, dude. I was Larry Goodwill giving his opinions on what's going on. I got another guest that's getting ready to call in right now over on Skype. Let me text this motherfucker. So, camera. There we go. So, yeah, like D.L. Hewley got exposed in a lot of ways for his bullshit. He's been doing this for a long time. But people like D.L. Hewley, Ricky Smiley, these cats came out the bag. Like, all the way out the bag. And it was crazy. It was just like, hey, bro, we can read what you just said 6 months ago, right? And so it was a lot of that going on. Let me see here. Let me see here. Paste. Yeah, there we go. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I have to make sure I got the person the right link. There we go. Let me see here. Is it there? Is it working? Okay. All right, cool. Sorry about that. I just had to send the link back to my guest. But so we've been seeing this like with D.L. Hughley, the way these people just came out of a bag, which what really we got to see, and this what really made a hit was that whole situation when Kamala lost and her financials came out. How she had to pay all that money. They got about $1.5 billion, and they were still $20 million in debt after getting $1.5 billion. We saw Roland Martin got paid. We saw Oprah got paid. We saw all these people that were really trying to that were trying to push us down that Kamala road, were really getting paid big time to do it. They didn't genuinely believe it. No, we've gone from the days when people used to genuinely endorse people to it really becoming a pay-for-play thing. We saw, well, literally, we could easily call it a coup. Damn near it was an attempted almost coup by the Democrat Party. That was some crazy shit. Like, see, the news is so fucked up now, so you're not going to get this perspective from the news because the news is in lockstep with the agenda that's going on in the world. The news is in lockstep with the agenda. But what we saw was when we saw Nancy Pelosi, George Clooney, and Obama all sort of get together, they threw George Clooney out there to be the political face to go ahead and basically call for Biden's resignation. We got pushed in a candidate out of California, out of the and I'm from California, live in California, but I know I'm not like a lot of you niggas. I know my place ain't perfect. When it comes to a lot of the politics, California ain't shit. Now it's good when it comes to the healthcare here. It's good. It has its good and it's bad. But let me see here. Let me see. What do you mean accept? Hold on. It's this thing's tripping. But California ain't shit. And so what's happened is California is got exposed on a national level. On a national level. California got exposed. All right, cool. I gotta start a new call. Hold on. And what happened was Nancy Pelosi, she was Speaker of the House, California, got together with what's his name, Obama, got with the celebrities, George Clooney, and basically did not leave it up to the people who was going to represent the Democrat Party. This year, a lot of people, the Democrats, for the most part, got exposed for the elitist celebrity party that it is. Not giving any passes to Trump. Because we're going to get into Trump in a little bit. But my whole life, the Democrats were the party of the people. The Democrats were the party of the people. And the Democrats, let me see here. There we go. Still having issues right here. What the fuck is going on? There we go. Try that link. So my whole life, I'm sorry about that, y'all. The Democrats were the party of the people. The Democrats were the party of we all get together, we represent the real people, we represent the common working man. And the Republican was a party of the elitists. Again, most of the country actually votes Democrat. We see that all the time in the popular vote. Even the times Republicans won, Democrats generally got the popular vote. And the Democrat Party is, for the most part, the more popular party. You know? And, like, let's say you clicked. What the fuck? Let me see here. Okay, try your phone. Sorry about that, y'all. So this year, I'm sorry for these distractions, but I got a surprise guest for y'all. I'm trying to make sure this shit work. But this dumbass never gets online, so I gotta give this person patience. Larry's a fucking idiot. He's used to getting online. I gotta give this person a little more patience. But back to what I was saying, we were always taught that these were going to be our side. And when you see the way they made that coup, when you see the way they move and you see all the money that went, $1.5 billion raised. $1.5 billion raised. Let me see. Hold on, let me see right here what's going on with this. Okay. Let me see. Use your phone. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. We got to see that the Democrats, they ain't no better than the Republicans. They are an elitist party that don't give a fuck about the people. They are an elitist party that don't give a fuck about us. So that's something else that got exposed. What else got exposed this year? Let me go back. I'm just going off my thumbnail because I got some other stuff to say. Biden got it. Well, we all knew Biden wasn't shit, but Biden is still living. Can we count that as exposure? I thought that motherfucker be gone by now. And I'm just, no disrespect, but he didn't look good 4 years ago. I know that old geriatric look, and he got it. So what he made, Detroit to Cali, especially LA. We love y'all for sure. One love, Detroit, Michigan in the building. We got over 400 people in here. 200 on Twitter, 200 on YouTube. I need y'all to hit the like button and share. Also, I need y'all to go to intellectualpower.net. Go to intellectualpower.net. This is some brain food. It keeps your mind sharp. It keeps your mind going. It keeps your mind fresh. It keeps your mind free. At least for me. I can't tell you what it's going to do for you because I ain't no motherfucking doctor. But I can tell you what it does for me. This intellectual power keeps your mind sharp. So I need you to go to intellectualpower.net. All right? Okay. I see it. He's trying to use an iPad. Man, if you don't use your phone, your iPad ass out of here. Yeah. But anyway, you said it definitely works, Simone? Yeah, it definitely works. It definitely works. What else has been going on with this year in exposure, year in review? This year review, we have we got Roland Martin. You see Roland Martin, he's part of that whole Democrat thing. All them niggas that's been telling us this is what we need to do, we see that they have very, 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 very strong financial interests in this happening. And so many people are really seeing it for what it is, because if you're going to tell the whole truth, the Democrats stopped being for the people when Bill Clinton got elected. Let's just tell the whole truth. Jimmy Carter was the last Democrat that still halfway cared about people. Jimmy Carter. When Clinton got elected, he had to move the party all the way to the right. And in 1992 liberal Democrats were 1972 moderate Republicans. And so Clinton made the Democratic Party a moderate Republican party. Harsh on black people, and we should have seen with that crime bill 30 years ago that Clinton wasn't the move, that the Democrats weren't for us. But the Republicans, it was still somewhat of a heightened contradiction between the two. One wants health care, one doesn't. So for a long time, no matter how the Democratic Party does not serve the people, never has served us, does not have any intention on serving us, well, at least not they haven't served us since Jimmy Carter, people still time and time again been going to the Democrat Party. Now it flipped. The Republicans are actually the ones offering the citizens something. Trump gave us the bailout, and you Democrat niggas. And again, I'm not a Trump supporter, but we gotta talk turkey and call shit for what it is. Trump actually did give us money. No matter how the fuck you want to cut it up and slice it up, you didn't. That's my thing with the Democrat Party. These niggas, they want to sit around here and tell you to split peas over, oh, Trump just wanted his name on the check. Well, motherfucker, he sent it. And so basically what happened was with Trump, he actually was the first Republican. Because one thing about with Trump, if you think about it, Trump is he is a late 90s, early 2000s liberal Democrat. Trump actually made the Republican Party more liberal Democrat because things are cyclical. And the Republican Party had gotten so extreme, it flipped back into liberal Democrats. The Democrat Party had gotten so extreme, they're basically Republicans. But they're Republicans who care. The old school Republicans was fighting for white rights. These new school Republicans are fighting for trans rights. That's the difference. Let me see here. I'm just going to starting a new call. There we go, sending a new link. I'm having all kind of technical difficulties on this back end. Okay. So what we see now is somewhat a flip of the parties. The Republicans sent us something. The Democrats didn't. And we've had 4 years seeing the Democrats send all that money to Ukraine, to Gaza, to Plaza, Naza, whatever the fuck, Uzbekistan, Tristekistan, Bullshitistan, I don't know. They've been sending that money to every goddamn stand country than us. So people are seeing that. So now politically, a lot of Americans are saying that, okay, maybe both of these parties are full of shit. Because Trump still didn't offer people like me enough to give him my vote. But I for damn sure understood that at least him cutting certain things off, there we go, made things better for all of us. So in some ways, it's addition by subtraction. Anyway, I got my special guest that's arrived. I've been getting a lot of calls from people, and here on the show, for those of you who've been in the chat room, you've seen, especially when I had my Q&A the other day, a lot of people have been asking me about a show I used to do. And like, Dewan, are you gonna do this, do that? So, and I like to make sure that I give you guys, be honest and transparent with y'all. I don't start no drama, and we ain't gonna have none of that bullshit. But at the same time, I got one of my people who I met on that old show, one of the co-creators, and we've been staying in contact from the moment we met on the show through now. But this nigga done disappeared. Y'all be asking all the time where the hell he at. So I went searching high and low, and I went to this bar in Van Nuys, and I had a good time. And this motherfucker happens to own it. And so I was like, man, nigga, come on. So I got him to come from being a hermit. So I want him to catch us up on everything that he been doing, and then talk about what's going on. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Brandon Toney. What's up, Brandon?
Yo, what up, bro?
Cool. Everything good, man?
It's good. I can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me? Good.
I cannot see you, young man.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
The people can see me, so that's all that matter.
Yeah, man.
What's been going on, man?
What's the word?
Man, it's good seeing you. Is your Tony Toney, right?
Toney.
Yeah, I know you spell Brandon with a Y.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, man. So what's been up with you, man? Like, I saw now, we met and we were just talking recently about like how crazy this year's been. It's been a lot going on, and good and bad. Mostly off of you, everything good. And
well, look, hold on, bro. You know I gotta cut you off before we even get to that, bro. Let's give you your flowers real quick.
Okay.
You've been killing it with the content all year, bro. And I've seen it. You know what I mean? Everybody watching, everybody's tapped in. You've been crushing it with the content, with the comedy, with the DEI, Top Golf. I mean, gosh. I mean, you did Top Golf with the DEI. You're literally the person they use. That's crazy.
I don't even be thinking about that. I did. They did call me to talk about anti-blackness and all kinds. And people were telling me to put that black shit down. And I'm speaking at Top Golf this year about black shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. And to be real, bro, I don't do interviews. I hate doing it. People hit me up all the time to talk about the podcast that I was on, et cetera, et cetera. I don't do them at all. And you got me out of my comfort zone. I feel comfortable. And just to recap the year or whatever, I said, you know what, fuck it. Let's have a good time. Let's have some fun, talk some shit, and kind of reminisce of like the good old days. Because remember the pandemic. And look, let's start it here. I saw the videos people was posting, bro. Right, like Show was putting out stuff, Craig putting out shit, and it was ugly, man. It was ugly. And I was very vocal about behind the scenes how ugly I thought that shit was. Because during that time, bro, I had a great time.
That shit was fun.
Bro, like the pandemic was bad for a lot of people, so I don't mean to disrespect, but I personally had a great time during that time when created a show, and like, to me, the world loved it. I don't know how big it really was, but to me, it was everything. You know what I mean? And people still hit me up till this day. Like, yo, like, what you been up to? Like, I missed the show. I missed that cast that was there. You know what I mean? And shout out to Craig. He's still trying to build and do his thing. And I wish him the best of whatever he's trying to create. But that moment of time when we was there,
that was fun, dog.
I mean, it was, bro. I'm looking at the comments like, y'all tell me in the comments if y'all fucked with it, because I thought it was great. I thought we had a great time.
The chat room is loving the fact that you on right now.
Bro, I'm so nervous right now because I don't do this. Like, I'll be stuttering. I'm so nervous, but I thought it was appropriate, at least for the end of the year, just to kind of touch on some, like, I don't want people speaking for me or anything like that. So I'm like, you know what, let me
Before you
Yeah,
get into
man.
your story, Unsunken One wants to know where's the traditional Brandon Hatton shirt at. That's what Unsunken One wants to know.
Well,
Where the
one, who
ugly
the
ass
fuck?
hats at?
One, who the fuck is he?
Unsunken One, you ask. He wants to know
You
where the
gotta,
ugly ass hats he used to
yeah,
wear
bro.
were.
His profile pic looked like Sojourner Truth, so I'm not even wasting my time answering nobody like that, bro. So I'm not even, you know what I mean? That looked like Harriet Tubman profile pic, so I'm not even gonna touch on that. Pause. But you know what I mean? But yeah, wherever you want to start it off, man, I would love to just I love your show, so I'm very grateful to be on your platform. Have a good time, talk some shit. Again, everybody, just to recap the year, bro. I saw all those videos, man. This shit was
That's where I want to
crazy.
start.
The shit was
Let me lead the
crazy.
people into what you're talking about. I want to start because I know one thing about you. When you left the show, it was like just in the audience and the audience response and just the energy. It wasn't the same. Not saying it was worse or better. I'm not getting into all that, but you definitely had a certain energy to the show. And when you left, it never that particular energy, the tension that you used to draw with your question. And I got a cue lined up later on. We're gonna talk about some of the tension that you would raise, the stupid ass shirts that you would wear, the questions that you asked. You brought an energy to the show, and I want to start off by saying first I want you to tell the story of what made you really come here, because remember about a couple months ago you called me and somebody recognized you in a barbershop and they talked about how much the show meant to you. I want to start off with that, and then let's go back to some of the other things that you saw, because you had one of those moments to where we really helped somebody out, changed the course of their life for the good. And then that's what really made you really start like even think about doing it. Because before that moment, you was like, yeah, I ain't talking about shit. So talk about that moment, and then we're gonna go into it.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, like things that I don't like talking about, whatever happens behind the scenes. I never thought it was appropriate for the public to watch something like that, because to me it nullifies what we built, right? So to kind of see it's hard for me to watch old episodes knowing what people are saying now, because it feels phony now, right? So I never wanted to move like, oh, so and so said, or boom, 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 or I disagreed with. It's because it's bigger than that. So I always wanted to just stay quiet about anything that transpired. Now, would I talk amongst my fellow castmates privately? Of course. We all, we're in the trenches. But yeah, I was at the barbershop, and yeah, Cat just recognized, bro, I haven't been on that thing for 4 or 5 years. It was a long time ago. So Cat recognized me, told me he watched the show when we had the Twisted Up cats, the cats from Shark Tank on the show. Great episode. And he told me it inspired him to be a barber. He bought the comb. He was inspired by the show. He's a huge fan of Craig, the whole nine, which is dope. Told me he loved the show Wooty Whoop, and asking me what I got going on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you just get convos like that, especially in like real time, it just changes your perspective. So I don't want to just be stubborn and stick to, I'm just gonna stay quiet while everybody's mentioning whatever name, whether it's mine or whoever. When I hear something like that, I was like, you know what, maybe it is time to kind of just get out of like my comfort zone and just have like an honest conversation, right? And that's just kind of Jordan Henley. We're gonna touch on that too, but that's just kind of that's kind of how I changed my perspective of like, you know what, like why shy away? Like everybody's speaking this and that, and they're speaking ugly. Like I'd rather just do it with like positivity. Like I got so much great things going on in my world where it's like I only want to remember the good times about the podcast that me and Craig created, that we created together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, well, this happened. I didn't agree with this and that. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, we had a great time. And people like that guy at the barbershop who was inspired by it, it'd be ugly for him to just see the bad shit that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, let's talk about what we did that was popping. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we had that cast, it will probably never happen again. Like, I don't see myself doing a podcast again, right? But bro, I've watched old episodes, Dewan, and the shit was magic. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And the shit was. I don't want to fuck up your questions, but bro, the
no.
shit was magic to me.
That leads me. No, that leads me exactly into where I wanted to go next. I wrote the flow. I'm gonna play this clip from one of the episodes with Kevin McCall, former writer, with Chris Brown, and it got tensions, but it was the way the issue was solved that really impressed me. You know, it was the way the issue was solved. When I'm gonna play the part, but what I want to do is let me make sure the audio's right.
2 years
All
later,
right, cool. I'm playing the part. I want to show people how contentious it got, but then how we solved it afterwards and how everybody played really cool. Salute to everybody. And salute my man, my man Nick Carthon sitting in the back. He passed away like 2 months after this
Condolences.
of a heart attack, man. But that was my guy.
I was broke.
So we're talking about, a situation that happened on the show, and just listen to Kevin McCall talk.
I was living on my grandmother's couch.
Salute to all
when you don't
everybody.
got no money. As you notice now, I have a little something because I sold some of my publishing. Right. So I don't have time to really care about people. But if I get broke, I'm going to get thirsty again. I might rob a nigga. Like, for real.
Right. I mean,
I've been there. Because when a nigga is robbing you, you're like, I'm hungry, bro.
Why did you post that picture?
Well,
What picture you talking about?
I was kind of teasing.
Why?
I used to do a lot of dumb shit. You seen what Billy Sorrellis did, right?
I haven't even paid attention to it.
And that's why I wanted to explain what he was doing. The shit is weird, and if you're doing it for attention, nigga, have a something you selling at the end. Is he finna do a tour?
Yeah.
Is he about to sell a book?
He's selling a comedy special. He shot his comedy
So you get what I'm saying? I didn't have nothing to sell. I just was talking shit and trying to get attention, just like I got Chris Brown's attention when I posted the picture of Rihanna's face all beat up. Mm-hmm. Now this is before I had allegations of the second alleged victim, which I did hit her because she hit me. You feel what I'm saying? Which is not cool. I understand. I understand.
I know you probably heard it from all your OGs on that.
Right.
But
and I've even beat up niggas over this.
Hit a woman,
So if you want to fade over this, if you feel like I shouldn't hit women, catch a fade outside, bro.
Right.
So don't sit here right here and act like you think I'm some weird ass nigga, bro.
I don't.
Shut the fuck up, my nigga. I'm a real ass nigga. I fuck up niggas, bro.
Right.
It's niggas that come around and try to jump me. It's niggas that try to wait till I get around the camera and switch the fucking narrative, bro. So if you got a problem, if you think I hit women like I told Eva Brothers, catch a fade, my nigga.
All right, let's chill out. Let's chill out, Kev. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't play with me like that, bro. I don't hit bitches, bro. I got 2 daughters, my nigga.
That's not the picture we're painting.
So if you want to paint the picture, I got an anger problem with niggas like you who do that little passive shit like Kev on stage, bitch.
All right, let's
catch a fade, nigga.
Let's calm down. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Go to a commercial break, cuz. 97th Street, bro.
We'll go to a commercial break. I'm going to go out and talk to y'all.
Type of shit I hate, my nigga. If you really think I hit bitches, catch a fade, my nigga.
That's a situation that happened on the show. And it got real wild, but after it was over with, talk to us about what happened when it was over with outside. And then we're going to go backwards.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I went outside immediately. I had one leg. I had the torn Achilles joint. But I went right outside, and cooler heads prevailed. I was down for whatever was offered to me. But the best part about it is nothing happened, which was great. You know what I mean? And Kevin came back on the show. You have to understand, there's in no world would he have came back on. You see what I'm saying? But cooler heads prevailed, and we had a great show. Now, it's unfortunate that the highlight of it was that viral moment but I talked to Kevin that night. And just being business-minded, I had reached out to him like, hey, let me back up. Even before that, I had asked him like, hey, and Craig did too. We were like, hey, we can scratch this episode and just cut it off because people are just going to clickbait this and push whatever narrative on you. And I don't think that's fair to you. So we can just delete the episode, whatever. I'm sure people screen recorded, but you get what I mean. And Kev was like, no. Let's keep it going, wooty woo, which was dope. So we finished the show. I hit up Kevin that night, and we had a good conversation. And then the business side was like, "Hey, like, let's make some T-shirts called Catch the Fade." You see what I'm saying? And let's capitalize off of the moment since it's a viral moment, and that thumbnail was such a viral thing. And Kevin was super down. He was like, "Yo, B, I like where your head's at, and I like that idea." And this is what I liked about Kevin. He was like, "But let's make sure there's a percent that goes to like a charity." So we was all in. Unfortunately, that never came about. You know, we had reached out to, you know, other people on the show of the idea, and they kind of ghosted that conversation. But there was a convo after which was dope, the whole nine about how to kind of capitalize off of an intense moment. But it was what it was. You know, shout outs to him. I hope he's doing, you know,
And
doing
yeah,
his
salute
thing.
to him. And the reason why I brought that up was because to really show is for people who it's a lot of people who remember the show. I see in the comments and I have a way more people that's watching right now.
Hold on one second. Dozy is here, y'all.
That's what's up.
Chat. You know what I'm saying? I see him in the chat.
That's what's up. But I'm saying that to establish a foundation because we have a lot of people who did watch our show, but we have a lot more who's joined the channel since that show. I think when I was on that show, I was around like 3,000 subs, 4,000 subs. And now, and salute because that show did help me get to about that point, you know. So I'm always going to appreciate that. But now we're around 27,000, so it's a lot of people who didn't know those years. So I want to make sure that they understand the impact that we were having at one point. Right. So how a black man, how we can, you know, he could look 1 minute, but when we went outside, I just remember Kevin being hella cool. I remember you being cool and everybody being cool. And no matter what the clickbait said, Kevin stood on his own, and everybody, he still has his way of seeing it. You still got your way, but nothing but love and respect was left out of that. And so these type of shows for people out there, they do exist, you know. They may not exist for long, but they do exist. And also I point out to show what one thing I liked about you on that show, and that's when we know you and I were getting become a lot cooler at that point, is you were never afraid to speak your mind and to push the line. And you was having a phone conversation a couple weeks ago. I don't want to talk about our phone conversation, but you're very hard line on some stuff. Where me, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, you know. But your hard line is something that you never back down, and you've always stood on. You've always stood on principle, and I've always respected that about you. And with you being such a principled person, now I want to transition into more things. I know that it was a lot of things said over the years, and you never said anything about you, about you. And I'm not here to cast any aspersions on anybody, but we all know anybody who watched the show, and it's like a lot of people in the chat room who did. There are a lot of things that were said about you, a lot of misconceptions put out there about you. How was it seeing all this stuff and not responding? Because I remember you used to at least halfway be on Instagram. You left that.
Yeah, I left social media. I just went off the grid completely. And it was just to build my just keep building my foundation. But no, of course, you know, I would see things that were said, a lot of bullshit. I mean, we can call it that. A lot of bullshit that was said, and it was unfortunate because behind the scenes I'm rooting. You see what I'm saying? So when you see, you know, people saying, you know, people as role players or this and that, it's hurtful because the sacrifices that were made to build something, it's, you know, if I would have known certain things, I would have never made a certain transition, right? To try to build something. If I would have known there were certain thoughts that were had unbeknownst to me, and you know, it's just unfortunate. And you don't, to me, there's no, you don't want to fight that stuff. You just, in the background, you just be like, okay, keep it moving. And it kind of validates certain decision making. So I'm at peace with it, if that makes sense. So it doesn't bother me. It's just unfortunate that something that was so great that we all collectively contributed to was just, you know, it didn't get to grow where we thought it would be. Like where that would have been today, it would be a beautiful thing. And it's just unfortunate that it didn't. I didn't get to see it get to where I knew it was going to go.
This is what I need. I need a how. How do you sit in silence for that long? And not, because I'll be having, like, how do you do that?
It's easy, man. It's easier than you think. So there's a piece of you that, so there's two sides of, there's multiple sides of people. So for me, there's one side where it's like, oh man, turn up on this blah blah. But the other side is like, the other side is just, what's the point, right? Like you have to allow people to say what their truth is, right? Like, it's free speech at the end of the day. Like, there could have been things that I've said that could have rubbed somebody the wrong way or whatever, and they can respond to that however they want to respond to it. Mm-hmm. For me, when I see my name being brought up on a situation that I haven't been a part of for four fucking years, it just feels like maybe there's a lot of built-in things that maybe people could have had, and it is what it is. You just can't control it. So I never, I never felt the need to want to respond to every single thing. So that's not a hill I would be willing to die on. But at some point, you just kind of watch how things transpire, and when things transpire and how things end, a lot of things that happen aren't surprising to me when you know something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So that's why you just kind of wish things the best and let things unfold how they unfold.
Okay, yeah, for me, that's why I'm so glad you're on, because we're dealing with the year in review. A lot of things that's been going on in the world, a lot of exposures that's been happening, and like next year, as we go into 2025, we're really going into a year of just letting things go or forgiveness. But either way, getting past things. And you've shown, just in my observation of things over the last few years, how to just move on. And moving on is a hard lesson for a lot of people to have. And the fact that you stay quiet, and I wanted people to know that's out there, because I think I owe it to a lot of people who listen to me, for a lot of the day ones who's been around since day one, who remember those days, to really use you as an example of somebody that really knows how to just, no matter what happens, no matter how it's perceived, no matter how you're perceived in the public about it, a way to just move on. But at the same time, part of moving on is addressing shit. Some people will say, well, why you no, part of moving on is addressing. And the only people that would have an issue with someone speaking up for themselves is somebody who don't want to be spoke on, or somebody who don't want to be heard. That. So for those people who are on the up and up, it's no issue with you speaking up, because everyone is owed their piece. Is there anything that you want to talk about in that direct that was on your mind that you want to let go or get out?
I mean, it's one. I guess it would be just not being able to see something that you contributed to build, to see it fully play out, right? Like, I knew how talented Craig was. I knew how talented Charlie was. DJ Show, Duncan Dozie. That was, I mean, you can't recreate that in Brown Studio. Like, just the setting.
Brown, you can't recreate that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we were able to build something without having guests, right? If you look at other podcasts, they're very dependent on spending money and having a guest on to carry the show. But we didn't need that. We all could kind of carry it. Well, no, I don't want to include myself. You guys are way more talented than me. But
now you helped carry too with them crazy ass questions and them ugly ass shirts. Yeah. You still got an ugly shirt on, by the way. Yeah, go ahead.
But we were able to do something without having to spend money of somebody to come on. People just want to come on because they like the community of what was being built. Mm-hmm. So the regret would just be not being able to kind of watch it grow in that aspect. Now, in the background, you have to, whatever Craig's trying to. I don't watch it at all. But whatever he's trying to build, like, hopefully, I'm sure he's going to do his thing, right? He's a talented guy. But what we did when I was there, I'll speak on. We had something great, and it's so unfortunate that it didn't get to where it was over a bunch of stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Over a
Yeah.
bunch of stupid shit.
Very stupid.
So yeah, so I don't think about it often. But it is, again, it's just something that I think
You,
I'm like, damn, like
you mentioned
I wonder what that would have been in 2025.
you mentioned some names. It was just like because you're right. It was your straightforwardness. Charlie was a motherfucking fool with the jokes, and then how we would fuck around with Duncan. Duncan, who did the intro music to this song, this show right here. Very talented musician who be calm, very smart, cool, collected. But when he got mad, that was the show at that point. You had Dozy in the chat room. Dozy was always just chill. Dozy always had some dope guests, you know what I mean? And Dozy didn't talk much, but when he talked, it was impactful. And then you had that motherfucking fool DJ Show. DJ Show was funny. Dude, DJ Show was just, goddamn. To this day, like, this is when I see that goofball looking nigga. DJ Show just funny. And then, Craig was the maestro. It was named Craig Faction. He was the one that was the nucleus that helped bring all the components together, and just the chemistry between everyone. I looked at it in a lot of ways like the San Antonio Spurs when in the way of real chemistry of the sun being greater, real synergy, the sun being greater than the components of it than the components of its parts, and it was. You can go from jokes to, like you said, helping somebody change their whole career being a barber. I used to get mothers that would come to me and say, hey, we got our 14, 15-year-olds watching because at least I got these 5, 6 grown men sitting here that they're going to make them laugh, but also give them some game. So it was very impactful for something like that during the pandemic. Oh, shit, I got to show up in the chat room. Yeah. But yes, Show, he was a fool. And even Show, like, everybody, like, Show's doing some dope shit. I see him doing his radio show. What have you been doing since then that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I hate talking about myself, but to go back on DJ Show, bro, Show put out a lot of videos, dog, back in.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And Craig did too, right? And
I was like, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Yeah,
but it was very entertaining to watch.
And unfortunately, my name is mentioned in both of their things.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, I am. God, I haven't talked to Craig in years, and I always thought if you're going to mention somebody, at least maybe do a courtesy call or something like that. But it is what it is. DJ Show put out his videos. I can't say I disagree with him. He had some strong content, and he articulated how he felt the best way he can. And I understood a lot of things that he said in it. But at the end of the day, I just look at it like to me, it just makes it hard to watch my old favorite episodes when I know how everybody felt about each other, if that makes sense. Right? Like my favorite episode is racism is like a clearance rack. Craig was on fucking fire that episode, dog. He murdered it. And that was like when I started to be like, okay, we have an identity to the show. Craig can use like that type of analogy and put it to like real life. One of the most talented fucking hosts you will see doing in the podcast. And I still, I'm a biased opinion, I haven't seen a better podcast episode than that episode. I'm not lying, dog. Yeah. It was
like that episode missing from today's climate.
It was fucking magic. So it was magic, bro. And it just makes it so, it's so hard for me to watch something like that. And then the next video after the show is somebody just saying things about people or whatever the case may be. And a lot of things like that, I just think people can just solve privately. Like, you don't really have to go online to voice, certain type of opinions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's so ugly. And I'm not trying to bring up old shit, but it's just, I was mentioned so much of something that I was on like 4 or 5 years ago. So I shouldn't even be a part of any of these stories. You know what I mean? I don't have any story outside of after I left, if that makes sense.
Right.
If I have an opinion of it, I just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? Like, there's no point. I think everybody can move and do their own thing without having to just say, what are what is so and so done for you, or what is you know, like I feel like if we're friends, like I don't look at you like what can Dewan do for me.
Yeah, right.
I just look at it like, hey, I'm just here to be like supportive at the end
Yeah,
of the day, whatever you have going on. Not like what can you do for me. Like I don't want people to hang out with me based off what they can do for me. I've never viewed individuals that way, but it is what it is. It's all good. I just don't understand the name dropping or any of that other stuff. It's just not how I move. So when I see stuff like that, I'll just quiet down and just watch and be a spectator of things like that. But I'm telling you, man, we had some great episodes, dude. We had some great we had some great episodes. There's people that still put up compilations of like some of the jokes and this and that. And Craig has some of the funniest, bro. He has some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard. Like there's shit I don't even remember. But I'm like, yo, man, this is a special type of individual. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like super special. And again, he's still unlocking his talent. So like what he's doing with whatever he has going on, I'm sure it's gonna be galvanizing to whoever's in his circle. But the circle we had back in pandemic, I'll put that up with any podcast, bro. I'll put it up with anybody. And
I
y'all can
would,
argue,
too.
y'all can argue, because we already seen the formula we had, they already using. We was pausing and AOing before Mason Camp.
Yeah, that
You know what I'm saying?
that whole Gills Arena.
Yeah, we was live streaming before Kaisenat. We had a group of people in a podcast before Gilbert Arenas. Gilly and Wallow, shit, we had Duncan and Dozy.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's like we had a formula, and it was just unfortunate that we just didn't cook it right.
And it was like we had what like when you watch Joe Budden and what they have, but we had smarter people and funnier people, you know, and it was people that wasn't pandering, because like the thing that's missing right now is some good podcasts out there, but most of them pander. They're pandering to somebody. They won't go there. We was the only ones that was really going there without having to pander to anybody to get there. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big thing that's missing right now on the internet too. Like with all this money that's coming, Barstool, there, all these places, it's like the internet's turning almost like ABC News. And the View's almost all these panel shows like the View now. They can only go hard on other niggas, not at what's really going on.
You know, when all that ugly stuff was going on back in like February, March, earlier this year, I had reached out. Remember, I had reached out to you, Show, Duncan, Dozy, and I got us all on the phone. See, people don't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
I got us all on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, what? Because it was so ugly. I'm like, yo, what? Let's hash this out right here. Speak your piece. What is actually really going on? And I was even like, yo, like, let's do a reunion show. You know what I mean? Like I'm not open to it no more. But at the time, it was so ugly. It was so ugly where I'm like, yo, like I don't feel that energy when I talk to y'all individually. So why does it only happen when nobody around? It doesn't make sense. Like why everybody a warrior when nobody around? So let's talk, let's be grown men. Like what people was preaching 5 years ago, right? Like walk the walk. And it was just one of those things where it was unfortunate because certain people could interpret that like you trying to call behind somebody back. When a convo is just, yo, what's going on? Like let's be cool, let's talk, you know what I mean? Like it was receptive by a lot of people, but it's just unfortunate like when certain people just get very territorial about relationships. I've kept a great relationship with Duncan since the show. Me and Dozy, I've got Dozy. I don't know what happened. Dozy stopped talking to me for like 2 years, and I had to hit him up. What's going on? What's going on? Got through, talked about that, and to me, it's cool. Dozy, you in the chat, bro, so you might as well say it's cool or something. Since you in there, since I know you in there. But to me, anything can be solved with a conversation. You see what I'm saying?
That's true. Communication is so big.
Yeah, peep this. I still talk to DJ Show to this day.
DJ Show, yeah, I do too.
And
That funny.
bro, this dude went
that
from
funny as hell.
Bro, this dude went from doing a show, his YouTube show, in a fucking bathroom. Now this dude's in executive meetings, getting people sync placement for fucking music.
I heard.
He's getting people on VH1, NBC, Fox.
Like
MTV.
I heard that through the grapevine, so bro, it's true.
Forget about what you heard. Listen to the networks I'm naming to you.
Yeah.
NBC, CBS, VH1, MTV. Like people, when you hear music on TV shows, that's through DJ Show. So the talent pool we had.
Follow him, playing their radio. That's DJ Show.
But we had a talent pool, and then we just didn't know what to do with it, which is unfortunate. But again, it is what it is. I'm happy for everybody, you know. Craig, I hope, you know, happy he do whatever he's got going on. He do his thing. Josie, Duncan, Dewan, Show. God, I haven't talked to Charlie in years. But Charlie too, like, you know, do your thing.
Real quick, I got somebody asking, what about Blaze? So, salute to Blaze, but Blaze wasn't on the show the same time as Brandon. That's why we're not talking about Blaze.
Yeah, so
I'm just letting, hold on one second. I'm just letting them know. For those of you just now watching, we got over 400 people in on Twitter, 200 some out of you on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share. So yeah, we're not talking about Blaze to slide him or Todd or Otto, but when Brandon was on the show, Blaze was not on the show, and then Todd and Otto, there was some few weeks, but for the most part, those was two different casts. So we just Brandon just talked about the time that he was there.
I wasn't there. Blaze came after me, so I remember like Todd and Otto kind of came in and out. At the tail end right before I left. I had met Blaze at one of your shows. You threw a dope show with Tashina Arnold.
Yeah.
Find it in Santa Monica. Remember that?
Oh yeah, you did come to the show. Yeah.
I brought me, my wife, my nephew came. Bro, we had a great time. You had every black who's who in there, right?
Yeah.
And I recognized Blaze just from the show because obviously after I left, I of course watched at least for a month before I just stopped watching. And I didn't know how tall he was, right? I see how tall this guy was. I was like, gosh, this is a big guy, right? So he walks up to me and he apologizes to me. I've never met this man. You were right there.
Yeah.
And he just walks up and say, Brandon, I'm sorry. I said, what are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Brandon. You know what I mean? And he had told me, this whatever was said about my name or whatever, that, you know, he apologized for just listening to, some bull jive. And I just said, thank you. I've never met this guy whatsoever. And that was my first interaction of meeting him. To me, that's, it takes a strong individual to just admit when they're wrong. And again,
and to me, it just shows the character of the people in a lot of ways. You know, for somebody like a Blaze. So again, for people who are watching right now, and not that we cite anyone, just Brandon just talking about his time that he was there. Now I want to transition into Brandon. What do you have going on now? You got this dope ass bar.
Yeah.
That I've been to a few times, man. Talk to the people about that. Where is it at in LA?
Well, look, let's back it up for a second. I never thought you were funny, dog. And you did my open mic. You bro. I was like, man, this motherfucker not funny. You did my open mic, and you went there with your wife and your guys' friend, and you just went there to support me and hang out at my bar and lounge in the Valley. Happy Rabbit, y'all. And somebody recognizes you in the bar. Some random guy just walk up. Oh shit, that's the one with the woo, and signs you up to the host to perform.
Yeah, I wasn't about to perform. I was just chilling.
Yeah, you were not. You did not come for that. And when I tell y'all, Dewan murdered this thing so crazy and got a standing ovation at my bar. It was so fulfilling, and again, just to seeing these old videos and this and that, I said, oh, if he cooking like that, this is a special cat. Off the fly and just off the top, you murdered it.
Off top, yeah, that's bad. I always have because I'm always teaching and talking shit. People who know me from this side don't be thinking I'm funny on stage until they get out there. They be like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, you killed it. But yeah, I've been just doing a lot of ventures. My full focus right now is on my latest venture is the bar, and we've been building that out, which I'm very happy and fortunate for. And just trying to you employ the community. I put a lot of comics on. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a comedian, come pull
singers too. You got guitar players up in that motherfucker. Singers,
I got guitar players, etc. They all grace the stage and just have a good time, and that's been my focus. So a couple cats have asked, what you got going on with you. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the last year or so. Just applying myself and trying to stay busy, drama free, the whole nine.
That's dope,
let
man.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What was your favorite moment of the podcast when I was there?
I had a lot, man. Every Tuesday and Thursday was fun. I would say, like when we be going back and forth. Damn, I don't know if I have one because I can't even think of one. I more so think of the time itself because you know how it is with me. I've moved so on past a lot of that stuff. Once I move past it, my memory starts to get faint of certain things when I'm focused. But the time, just every Tuesday and Thursday, obviously that Kevin McCall one sticks out, but that wasn't necessarily the funnest episode because I don't really like tension and drama. It sticks out, but it's not necessarily my funnest episode. I remember when like one time, like Craig told Show he looks like he could bite the bomb out of a bullet or some shit like that.
Yeah, he can bite the boom out of a bomb.
Yeah, some shit like that. That was funny to the motherfucker.
Hey, this nigga Craig said when Show take a bath, his eyes just go over the water like a crocodile. Bro, that's so much funny.
That was some of the funniest shit,
Bro, that was some of the funniest shit. I remember Show was like, "Oh, Craig hair looked like Eddie Murphy from Metro." Like,
yeah, bro, I forgot when the Show said that. Yeah. Then maybe now how we was able to help resolve issues between Zoe and Corey. That was a standout when Zoe and Corey had their beef. How they both were able to come onto the show and speak it out, and then. Eventually, we ain't the ones that resolved the issue. I'm not none of that. But they were a lot. It opened the door for communication between the brothers, and I think something like that was one of my favorite moments.
It did.
Because I like both of them cats.
It really did. It really did. That's what I'm saying. Like even though certain people feel how they feel, it does not change the time I had, and nobody's gonna make me think otherwise. I had a great fucking time. You know what I mean? I had a great fucking time on the show. And I don't think anything can replace like what I felt during that moment. Even people, bro, I'm looking at your chat right now. People is like, yo, that shit got me through the pandemic. That shit got me through life. Like every Tuesday, Thursday, what we come on at 6?
Whenever the fuck we started.
As cameras go on, like as soon as the cameras go on, it showed Craig, it showed the cast. Bro, everybody's like, oh, what these niggas about to talk about right now? Especially if some bullshit happened in like pop culture. They knew we was going to touch on that pause. So it's like, we was already up there. You know what I mean? So-and-so, who's it? Somebody said, why'd I leave? Oh, I left. I didn't see eye to eye with the direction of the show. It was just that simple. And to keep it that vague too. I didn't see eye to eye. And I stand on principle. So I left at the height of the show. I didn't leave when it dropped. When at the height of it, that was it. Bye. And I'm extremely comfortable. I'm extremely comfortable with that decision. And it was I think till this day, it was one of the best decisions I've made, and I'll leave it like that. I didn't see eye to eye. It definitely wasn't because Kevin's situation. Because bro, me and Duncan, I booked Gorilla Black after the show.
Yeah, I forgot Gorilla Black did come after that, Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, he went after the show. So I still so that's when I had the torn Achilles. So, but I already was transitioning out. But my whole thing was I was already scheduling him, so I'm not going to leave people hanging. Like, hey man, I'll still fulfill that process and make sure he comes on the show. Me and Duncan pulled up on him. Like, hey, Duncan is just down, right? Like, so he's just super down. So I see him, like we were going, me, Duncan, Dozy, we're going to the Berkshire. Remember that spot?
Yeah.
And we're driving, and Duncan in the whip, and I'm like, yo, that's Gorilla Black, bro. Duncan just pull up on him like we was gonna run up on him, bro. Gorilla Black looked like he was ready, dog. And then I came out. I'm not knowing. I'm just like, hey, we got this podcast. You want to come on? He was like, sure. And that's how it happened.
That's how it happened? Damn.
That's how it happened. No, that's how it happened. He went into the bar. We all went in. And then he gave me his number. And then we were texting, et cetera, et cetera. He was on the next week.
Wow.
Just like that. But that's what I'm saying. I was still scheduling, et cetera, et cetera. But again, it's just so ugly when you see those videos, man, because they're already out there. They're already out there, man, and it's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, it is. And you see even people saying still go back. And I encourage y'all to go back and watch those old episodes and watch the new episodes too. You know what I mean? Go on over there.
Yeah.
And make sure you watch those episodes. We ain't trying to, do this for no goddamn attention, no shit like that. But I know Brandon, there's a lot been said, and I know that at some point you want to say what you have to say. But at the same time, we talked about this year being the year of exposure, and then next year being the year of letting go. I want everybody to take this as a moment of how I see 2025 going, and how the same way I told you guys about 2024 being the year of exposure, 2025 is the year of letting go. Like, bring things up, expose it, but there's only one reason for exposure. You don't expose just to expose. Exposing is things are come up to be exposed to either forgive it and be okay with it, or cut it all the way out your life. But, okay, once something exposed for what it is, what are you going to do? Carry it on your back the next 10, 15, 20 years? Or are you going to do something about it? And I think a lot of the ugliness that happened, when we talk about some of the ugly things that was said publicly earlier this year, came from not letting go. You know what I mean? And holding on to however you felt about something, and holding on to things that's in the past. I think that, when you look at some things that were said, that's why a lot of y'all were in the chat. I look at my chat, and I was thinking it affected me on this channel. I addressed it one time, but people don't know. You go on a big platform and you say things about my old show. Now I'm over here talking about goddamn Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and I gotta read my chat. Hey, yo, Dewan, were they talking about you? And I'm like, nigga, it's over. But that's what happens when you don't let go. And it is what it is. So we saw that, but since then, I feel that everybody, at least on public, I don't know I don't talk to really nobody like that. So I say what's up to the show every now and again, and I see Craig when I'm out, but anything past that, I don't really know. So, but from what I've seen, I think it's all over. I hope it's all over, at least in public. And I want to have in the year, well, at least a positive message that we can go back. So people's hopefully or if it, people can say whatever the hell they want to say, but I want people to at least have a taste in their mouth of the stuff you've been seeing that's all bad. That's just shit that happens with grown folks. But it was a lot of positivity. It was a lot of fruit that was brought out of that. It was a lot of great things, met great people. It was great. It was just overall a good environment, and it's a lot to learn from that time. And I wanted you to be able to come around and say what you had to say, because you have, in spite of what's been going on, you ain't been saying a motherfucking thing. And I think that you're a good example to all of us when it comes to that.
Yeah, look, man, I'm married, so I know when to shut the fuck up. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you got to know when your place is. You don't jump in when something is visually looks like it's in turmoil. You just kind of you let the dust settle, and you wait till cooler heads can kind of prevail. And I just thought, end of the year is it's just very appropriate. Hopefully, people go into the new year and just not think about just terrible shit, right? Like we all can just sit there and just think negatively. Uh, but then going on the internet to run to it and this and that, and to me, I don't do such shit like that. But anybody can do what they do, right? People move how they move, but I don't let that influence how I move. You see what I'm saying? Like, I came on to just be very positive, um, and wish everybody the best with all that. And I feel like people can do their journeys without mentioning everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Especially an individual who has, has been off the grid, um, for so long. It just I don't. You have to move on.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have
glad
to.
you brought that up because Ty Love thought that he left from the Kevin McCall situation. Like, no, that's not why he left.
Not even close.
Not even
Well, I mean,
close. Yeah, no, it was
everybody on
other
the
stuff.
yeah, but the problem is everybody on the show, the people on the show know. It's just I don't talk about it. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's constructive to talk about everything that I may have not agree with. Like, people can have their own different opinions. I wanted to do something a certain way, and maybe somebody wanted to run something another way. Blah 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 blah. Um, I I felt that because I created the show, with another individual. So, those conversations that were had were extremely necessary. When you build something, you're gonna disagree. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you do business, you're going to disagree. So that's not a bad thing to have a disagreement. I disagree with a bunch of things, right? And vice versa. And I agree with a bunch of things. Um, but again, like, there was a lot of magic, that was created in the past, and to keep doing it requires a lot of work to keep recreating that. Um, and it's just something I'm very proud of. That my time there, I got to see a lot of beautiful things, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And also, I gotta thank you because you hooked me up on my Metaverse comedy show. Y'all know how I be advertising my Metaverse comedy show? That was Brandon, like right after all this shit had gone down at Craig Facts. Brandon had called me, was like, hey, I got a plug at this Metaverse studio. You wanna come down? I came down now. I got a whole Metaverse world in these Oculus glasses. You need to join it now. But
Yeah,
that came from you.
man. Thank you. Look, there's a lot of there's a lot of things, that I've accomplished that I tell you guys never to bring it up all the time, right? I
Right.
was like, I was like, bro, just leave it alone, right? I love the anonymity of, just kind of being in the cut. Um, but again, when it's just when certain things are said, and people's names get mentioned and blah 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 blah. Sometimes it's funny, when somebody doesn't know something, and then they go off on a limb, and you just have to leave it alone. Um, I'm not a braggadocious, individual whatsoever,
Let's get a
at all.
question real quick.
Oh, you want to do some questions? Go for it.
Kermit Goss asks, can y'all ever see yourself doing another Crabfax episode?
2 words. Fuck no. Uh, but in like a
Damn.
respectful way. No, I mean that respectfully.
I agree, man.
Yeah, I don't see I don't see myself doing anything like that. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to trying to get on cam and do a podcast and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe my opinions won't be, interpreted, the right way of how I would kind of want to run a show to go. So, and certain things that were said that I just don't believe, I'm okay with never speaking with people off of whatever was said. So I can't see myself doing it, at all. But you have to shout out that show because Craig never stopped. He kept going, and you gotta give him credit. That even though he lost the entire cast, he still kept going, right? You can't stop, right? So, you know, you have to have tunnel vision and keep it moving. So you have to wish him the best, and salute him for not quitting, not giving up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up,
Yeah.
man.
But I can't do it.
Any other things you want to say before you get up out of here?
Oh, you kicking me off? All right.
Or no, or we could talk about. I'm gonna talk about some more things that's going on in the year.
Whatever you want to talk about.
If you want to stay around for that part, you can do that.
I mean, I don't really. It's your show, baby. I'm here. I'm here, man.
All right, cool. So I thought you had to go. Yeah, I got about a few more minutes of things I wanted to cover. Stick around because I want you. Because people miss your opinion. You're always very opinionated, and people miss Brandon's opinion on a lot of things.
Let's go, man. Because I'm never coming back online again. So
now we'll get you back on here. Yeah. Now we gonna get a nigga back on. What's your opinion on the whole Kendrick Drake situation for this year?
Man, I'm not a big music guy, man. When I see guys making millions of dollars, how bad can something be? How bad can it be? You know, they're on the same label. You know, everybody's in Universal. So, you know, you know, look how much money they've made since the argument. How bad can it be?
Yeah. You
know.
What about this election? What's going on? I know, you know, politics. You don't really give that much of a fuck either. But what do you think about?
I'll tell you this, bro. I hope Trump don't put those tariffs in Mexico, because I got to buy tequila. So what you think they're going to charge me? You know what I mean? So I hope.
You ever notice these motherfuckers be finding ways not to tax liquor?
Oh my God! I mean, if he puts the tariff, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
it may be.
Tequila for it?
They're gonna have select products that they have tariffs on. You know.
Well, hey, let's get to some of these comments, man, because I miss these old stupid niggas, bro.
What are some of these comments? What's some things that you saying?
Hold on. I honestly felt that Dewan and Brandon brought an intellectual side of the podcast that balanced out with what Craig wanted, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, but and that's super meaningful. That there's still people that's still affected by the content we were able to put out in the past, which is dope. I didn't think I was that smart, guys. So to me, Dewan.
Yeah, don't give him credit. He's not that smart. He just asks good questions.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, man. The smart guys was Craig, you know, Duncan, Dewan.
Now don't put me in that
show. I mean, I was a spectator, man. Like I enjoy just being around the talented people and just working behind the scenes of trying to build that show out.
Biz Marty, I remember he's always been in the chat room at the show. He said, Craig Faxon, to do this, he's always one of my mods. He has, as a small business owner, asked Brandon about immigration.
I mean, I don't hire. You gotta be a citizen to work for me.
You like, I ain't rich. I ain't rich enough to benefit from that.
I'm not going off on a limb for nobody. Yeah, I don't even have much to say on that. I don't have one of those jobs, I guess, to where you can get away with something like that. So yeah, I mean, I can't help you with that, brother.
Yeah, man.
Well, hold on. Somebody talking about boxing? Go ahead.
Somebody said something about boxing?
Are you talking about boxing podcast?
No, I didn't see somebody asked one.
I haven't.
Oh, right here. Okay, I see what Emmanuel asked. He said, "Would you be interested in doing a boxing podcast?" All right, go ahead.
I mean, I haven't fought since. I think the last time I competed was.
No, you said boxing podcast.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, I haven't competed since 2014. I can't. I'm not coming back to this space. This is a great space, but you know, I've already experienced the space, and that's just not something I'm looking to want to get back into. For me, I'm just looking to root for guys like Craig, guys like DJ Show, guys like Dewan. I'll root for them in the background and hope they succeed. Now, the great thing about that is with the people I mentioned, that I love that DJ Show and Dewan are succeeding in what they're looking to achieve. I think it's super dope. super dope. What DJ Show's doing and what you got going on. So you just gotta cheer, bro. Like to me, I'm a spectator. I just, you watch and cheer and salute, and you keep it moving. But I don't think, I don't want to be negative with anybody, if that makes sense. You want to try to stay positive, and also I'm not tapped in no more, so I don't even harbor feelings over an old situation at all. Like it'd be a waste of my time to feel a type of way because I had disagreements. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine being mad about something 4 or 5 years ago because you disagreed with something. Keep it moving.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? Keep it moving.
Yeah, that's it, man. Where's your bar at again? For those of you who are in LA, what is it called?
Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, Happy Rabbit Bar and Lounge.
Happy Rabbit Bar and Lounge, man. I remember
It's on
seeing that place. I went to that place before you bought it. I remember going there before you bought it, and you took it over. And then I see how it is now since you've taken over. You've done a lot of great work with that place. It was all dirty ass chalkboards and dirty ass furniture. And no disrespect whoever owned it before, but you cleaned that motherfucker up.
Bro, I'm still cleaning it up. But yeah, it was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. It's something I'm extremely proud of. To be able to employ people, people can pay their bills, and provide for their families, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just very grateful. I have an opportunity to give that to people. But that's how I've always been. You know what I mean? Working with you, what you got going on, and just being a cheerleader of what you have going on in the background. Same with DJ Show. I've assisted or worked with Duncan in the past. You just got to be, you have to be grateful. You got to be a student of the game. And to me, just remain positive of whatever, anything people have going on. You just want to support. You don't want to downplay nobody's work or, say little sly comments here and there. You just want to, I think the best option would be to support people and then keep it moving. And if people you don't support, you don't need to be vocal about it. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, just keep scrolling. Just fuck this nigga, but just do this. That's all you gotta do. Somebody like something saying like you be like, oh, they said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up with you? Let me ask you a question, man. What's up with your comedy and everything?
We did the Hidden History Museum show last night. We had sold out, packed out show last night. I'm chilling right now on shows for the rest of the year, but starting in March, Incense and Ashtrays Live is going to be in Hollywood. It's going to be in Hollywood, right in the middle of Hollywood. I'm going to be doing some music and a little bit of comedy, a little bit of music, And we're going to have surprise singers. I got a dope-ass band I'm putting together. So that's going to be once a month on Wednesday starting in March. And before then, I'll have little stuff. I'm pretty sure we'll have a museum show sometime in February for Black History Month. So I'm sure I'll have another museum show in February. But then outside of that, it's going to be little shows here and there. You dig what I'm saying?
Love it, man. I love what you got going on. I'm one of your biggest supporters. So I just wish you to keep doing what you're doing, man. And I support anybody who's positive at the end of the day. So I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm about to get off. I hate doing interviews. I hate being on the internet. I hate the way my voice sounds. The whole nine.
You sound like a fucking frog, but yeah, I get it.
I can't control that. But shout outs to you. Shout out to the old podcast cast that we had. Shout outs to anybody that it affected in a positive way. And yeah, man, there's more to come with tap in everybody individually. Tap in with Craig, tap in with Charlie, tap into Dewan, tap in with Show, Duncan, Dozy. Sure, you can tap in with me. Instagram B12 World, letter B12 World. Just tap in. But brothers gotta stay positive, man. Brothers gotta stay positive. All that ugly shit people talking about on the internet. It's mad corny. But you gotta stay positive, man. You just gotta stay positive.
Hella corny, especially over old shit. It's good to see, everybody doing their thing. And yeah, Let's leave the corny shit in 2024. You know.
Leave it. Yeah, leave it there. Leave it there, bro. Leave it there.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you for calling up, my brother. That's
Yes, sir.
Brandon Toney from Craig Facts. Thank you. Where's the name of the bar again? The Lucky Rabbit?
Happy Rabbit Bar and Lounge.
Happy Rabbit, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Van Nuys.
Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, baby.
And Happy Rabbit Bar, Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks. Y'all need to go there. Brandon got a lot of those stuff happening. B12 World on IG. All right, man.
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
man. You have a good one.
All right. Thank you, brother. All the best.
Yes, sir. That was Brandon. So that's why I labeled this year in review part 1, because we're still going to have some reviews of the year later on. But when Brandon saw my title, he called me this morning and was like, "You doing a review show?" He's like, "Man, I want to come on and talk a little bit about letting go." I was like, "Man, let's do it." And I had already made my thumbnail and everything. So this is part 1. We're going to have part 2 to where I really get further into it, talk about the cards. Go to blisscapsules.com, type in product code DeWanB. Buy 2, get 1 for free. You did? At blisscapsules.com. Make sure you go to intellectualpower.net. It is pinned in the chat, and my mom's been talking about it in a group for that brain food, that brain power. Shouts out to my man Reza. So, yeah, Kermit, I owe this to y'all. You know, I knew this wouldn't get the most. It's a lot of things I could talk about to get quadruple the views, because we're in 2024. Just to tell the truth, most people don't give a shit about anything that happened back in 2020. But I still got people who listen to this show that was around back then. So I felt that, you know, a lot of y'all been at those of you who were around back then have been asking me. Salute to like one of my mods, Emmanuel. Emmanuel will be someone that would like low key check people like, man, we here now. Don't trip. Just stop all that. Bismarck T. Larry Smith was around back then. I remember seeing that nigga's teeth in the comments on that show. Eddie Kane. I remember all y'all. Positive Influence. A lot of y'all, True Lover, you said those Bliss Capsules hit? Yeah. These Bliss Capsules hit, boy. Shit. Type in the product code DeWanB, you get 1 for free. You buy 2, get 1 for free. Yeah, these things hit. I had some yesterday when I took some of these Bliss Capsules. I'm always on the intellectual power every day. But I take some of these Bliss Capsules before I got on stage last night. I was woohoo. Human, Unsunken One. I remember y'all. So I felt that, you know, when Brandon said he wanted to do it, I was like, cool. You know, leave people with something positive, because it's, you know, for those of you who do pay attention to what's been going on, there's a lot of stuff earlier in the year that was a lot negative, y'all. Everybody got all the gossip and the drama that they wanted. That's how the year started, on the gossip and the drama. Let's end it on, okay, what worked? You know, how did it work? And what can we do? Because 2025, 9 of Hearts is all about moving on. Yes, I will hopefully have Dr. Short on this week. But if I do Dr. Short, it's going to be over on Patreon, okay? And I'll put clips over here on YouTube. But yeah, next year is a 2025, 9 of Hearts. And exposure happens so you can cut off. It's like cutting grass. The grass blades that come up higher expose themselves, not so that they can stay higher than the rest of the blades of grass forever. So when it's time for the lawnmower to come and even things out in life, it gets cut off. And that's what next year is about. Next year is about forgiveness and about complete endings of relationships, soul connections, heart connections, connections that used to bond and bring together. If the connection no longer serves you, it's the connection. Next year is a year of letting things go. So it's going to be a lot of death, a lot of endings, a lot of finality, a lot of making things come to a complete You go over there. I'm gonna stay over here, or forgiveness. Just you know what, all that shit happened in the past. Whatever, let it go. Just it is what it is. I'm moving forward because if you don't do that next year, if you hold on to dead weight after 2025, comes 2026, and 2026 is a 10 of hearts year. And like all 10s, 10 is either a graduation and move on, or you're going to start back at 1. That's what 10 represents. This 2026. Look at the 10, the number 10. It's either a 10 or it's a 1. 10 means completion. 1 means start over. So this year was to expose. Next year is to end and cut off. And depending on how you handle next year, depending on if you actually follow through with cutting off the things that no longer serve you, you're either going to have a 10 in 2026, a graduation where you really moved on and you're off to another level, or you're going to life is going to be like, this nigga still won't learn. So if you still won't learn, you start back at 1. That's how it works. But we're going to get through all that this week. There's going to be a lot of talks about that good stuff this week, all right? So we will have another year in review show tomorrow, unless something big happens. Something big happens, I'm going to address that. But if not, we're going to... Siri, I'm not talking. Now I got Alexa talking, bitch. I won't respond to that. What the fuck? These nigga, something's watching me, goddammit. Like, goddamn, these devices. I didn't even know Alexa was over there. Like, this the world we in. This is the world. Oh shit! I thought it was on mute. I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, nigga, I got Alexa, I got Siri. God damn, you nosy bitches. Shit. The hell is going on? Jill Scott tried to tell us. Oh. That Who Is Jill Scott? That album hit, didn't it? And you keep saying that I'm free. And you keep saying that I'm free. And Jill Scott wrote that long before Siri and Alexa. She wrote that long before Siri and Alexa. Shit.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Please try and
I said, shit, bitch. I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. God damn. I'm about to unplug that motherfucker. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all again for listening. I felt like for my loyal day ones who's been around since day one, you were owed that. And Brandon was also owed a platform for him to express himself. Brandon don't have his own platform. Brandon's not on social media anymore. So, Brandon expressed himself in a way he felt he needed to express. And I deeply appreciate him for doing that. Shouts out to DJ Show. Shouts out to Dozy, Duncan, Charlie, Blaze, Craig, Otto, Todd, Sonny, and everyone else that used to come around the show back in the day. Brown, salute to everybody. And if you want to just go back and watch the old episodes, watch the current episodes. You know what I mean? The internet is for everybody. This is enough for everybody to win, all right? Watch old episodes, watch current episodes of the old show, and make sure that you, in spite of what people go through, what goes on, you stay focused. All right? Thank y'all again for listening. And remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Appreciate y'all for joining. We out.